Food brings us together.
How do you elaborate that? It's so easy for us. I don't know. How do you even say that?
Food is a universal language. You can talk to anyone of different races, different cultures. There's no thinking, it's just feeling. Everything is feeling during that time.
You know, some people just want to eat for the sake of filling their tummies, but for us, every occasion is something to,
Celebrate.
In terms of food, we understand each other's palates. Very in sync in that sense. Like, if I eat something, I'll know that she'll like it.
Sometimes we don't even have to say anything, just give the look, then we're like,
It's almost like a secret mind language sort of thing. The whole motto of Fat Spoon is to make sure people are fed and fat. The best part about seeing our customers enjoying our food is the equivalent of people appreciating your art. When you put in effort into making something and people appreciate it and go the distance to tell you how much you love it, that itself is
the best feeling.
Yeah.
It's important to serve food where the ingredients are very fresh. It just enhances the taste, the overall taste. You don't have to season it too much as well. It's always quality over quantity, and we will not compromise the quality of our food, be it the ones that we're eating ourselves or the ones that we serve to our customers, for a cheaper option or for other alternatives.
I think we find the best option that we can.
Yeah, the best option.
Yeah. My grandma, who's a Nyonya herself, we kind of grew up with the Nyonya influence, and we wanted to implement that with some new influence from us.
What we want to do is remind them and make it more current.
Sort of like more a refresher.
Yeah, a fresher perspective of Nyonya.
Yep.
We let the younger generation know that old food can actually be yummy, and it's interesting and it's trendy as well.
For us, I think what we know about our background, it's already quite minimal. And I think I can't even imagine passing on it fully to my children or my grandchildren. So as much as we can, we try to preserve the core of it, basically.
Essentially, by preserving our culture, we can retain our identity and pass on our heritage.
Cooking is my form of art, I suppose. The way I express myself. It's almost like an open canvas. I'm not an artist per se, but cooking is my art.
I feel really calm when I cook, and I kind of zone out everything. I'm in my zone. I take my time, yes, but it's just really where I escape to.
When you're passionate about something and when you put your full heart into it, to working on something, the road to achieving that sort of greatness, it comes in very naturally.
Doing something you love, you won't see it as a job. You just see it as a very natural reaction to achieve something more and to improve, to always improve.
I think I played the older sister role in a lot of life matters. When it comes to decision making, she's my calmer half, and I think that's quite important. Sometimes I just kind of make rash decisions spontaneously, and I think sometimes it's good sometimes, but sometimes you have to kind of sit back and analyze the whole situation a bit better. Ever since Fat Spoon, we bonded even more. I think we were always close, but working together has brought our bond even closer, I think.
Yeah, to a whole new level. Yeah.
Food to me is a celebration.
Food is feeling love, actually.
I think I'm at my happiest or at my peak when I'm sharing food with people I love.
It gives an indescribable sense of happiness and satisfaction.
You can tell when food is made from the heart,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And my grandma did a lot of that as we were kids. Every meal for us is important. It's almost like second nature to us. We're into food texture. When I really savor a meal, I just don't talk actually. I just kind of take a moment of silence and indulge fully. You know, stuff like scallops or beef tendon or oysters. It gives you a sort of like a sensation. I don't know, I cannot describe this feeling, but for me it's sexy food. I call it sexy food.
We don't talk so much about the taste of it. It's always like the feel in your mouth, that movement, that food movement in your mouth. It's a different level. It's a whole new different level.
I've always been an avid believer in chasing your dreams, and I think a lot of people kind of just sit back and think too much or dwell too much about a certain dream or their goal, and in the end they don't actually charge for it, and I think that's being very pessimistic. So for me, it's never too late or never too young. You know, you set your mind to a goal and you just charge and take it as a whole.
Stay true to what you believe in. Do not get swayed by current trends. Don't go replicating what people do, because, you know, some say you can replicate what they do, you can't actually replicate the people behind it. So you just build on your own, build your fort, and, you know, make sure it's what you believe in as well. You have to try to see things from an optimistic point of view and make the best of what you have. It's not just doing it, it's also following through.
Yep.
And it's your life. You know, it's something you want, it's part of you.
So I have this quote that I wrote in my blackboard in the room, and it says that I don't want to be known as the woman who built her empire to its biggest potential. I want to be known as the woman who built her empire and enjoyed the journey.
You can't put an emotion to it. It's part of you. You're trying to compress so many things and you're trying to distill it into just one word when you can't. You know, for me, that's what cooking is. That's what food is. How can I pinpoint one emotion for you? I can't. I just grew up with the smells of spice and the taste, and you know, it was just a very natural progression. I just fell in love with it. I teach a very specific subject. It's called Introduction to Molecular Cooking. We use science and technology and apply it to cooking for a more avant-garde, more haute cuisine style of dining.
All right, and then after I want to bring it down and reduce it to how much there is left over. Yeah. Okay. So you understand what you have to do today?
The knowledge they will learn if they want to, with or without me, to be honest. I am merely a catalyst for that, for learning. But I think it's the ethos, it's the spirit that I'm trying to impart. The spirit of excellence, the spirit of quality, the spirit of doing things wholeheartedly. The ethos of cooking to me is kind of like a principle of what I do in the kitchen. And I think it's guided by emotions. I think that you cannot discount the emotional part of cooking. It's guided by discipline, it's guided by perseverance, it's guided by immersing yourself in the trade, into the craft. And this is something that I want to share with people. Everything has a precise time, a precise temperature, a precise weight, a precise procedure. And having all of that, still the cook still cooks with instinct, still cooks with heart. I mean, if that's not a craft, I don't know what it is. You know, I mean, it takes a lot of, you have all these technical skills that you have, and then to execute it well, you cook with heart. I think Malaysians really need to start thinking about what they put in their mouth. We have to think about all of this stuff that we are also throwing away at the end of every meal. We talk about fairness and equality and justice, but where's the justice to the food that we are wasting? That's not right. For everything that we consume, the industry reacts to. We're taking up more resources, we are speeding the growth of animals that don't grow so fast. And what's happening to the ecosystem? I mean, what's happening to the ecological cycle? Food sustainability is making sure that we have the right amount of resources in the future. I'm not an expert on sustainability, I'm not, but I'm looking at a logical point of view. I think if we want to consider sustaining our environment and a food chain that exists now, what we need to do is, or what Malaysians should do is, take a look at where your food produce is coming from. I think it's a very simple question to ask. Where is your chicken coming from? Where is your fish coming from? Where are your vegetables coming from? You'll be very surprised to see where they're coming from. I think about a lot of things when I cook. It doesn't matter if it's a simple dish, it doesn't matter if it's a complex dish, a dish that I'm cooking for myself or for friends, I think about it. And that gets me excited. Sometimes breakfast gets 3 days in planning, but it's okay because I'm excited, you know. And there's always this one or two items that I'm particularly quite interested to see how it's going to taste and react, and I still feel that way every time I cook. I love the way that the whole process is. You start with something, and you try it, and you try it, and you try it, and you try it like about 7 times or 8 times, and it's all failures. And then suddenly you think about something else and say, hey, what if you abandon this idea completely and try it with something else, totally different? And then we do that, and suddenly you go, hey, this thing works. Why didn't I think about it in the first place? But that learning process, and it's that excitement of learning as well that just drives me nuts. That's why I love it. That's why I love cooking. Mistakes are great because they give you a window into different rooms. Every mistake has got like this new opening, and you learn something. You might not learn what you set off to do, but mistakes open a new window to something else. I don't have a formula for success, but everything I have done that I have not failed in and I have succeeded in was because I did things with as much strength as I could muster at the time, with as much heart as I could muster at the time, with as much wholeheartedness as I could. I cannot imagine doing anything not wholeheartedly. All chefs are narcissistic. We all want some sort of praise. It's true. That's why we cook. And so when someone comes and you look at the reaction of someone's face when they ate something that you cook, you feel like, yeah, I'm the man.